Yo, welcome everyone to a brand new video, and today it's time for the Challenger series around Silverstone. It's round 4 and I will show you guys the standings before this race. As you can see, we are currently in P7 with 16 points. So we've gained a couple positions from last race where we finished P4 in Imola. So it's still close between around P5 and P8 or P9, I think it is, in the standings. Alfie Butcher and Ulas are getting really good results last 3 races basically. So they are basically already secured for the top 6 in this championship. But anyway, we have to focus. This is Q1. First lap was not really good. Second lap was quite good. It's P8 in Q1, so we managed to get through. And we're now gonna head into Q2. We did a 1:26.604, which is pretty good. It's Nelson, Thomas and Zander van Dijken, fellow Dutchmen, who are out in Q1, so it's a shame for them. Good for me. And anyway, this is our first Q2 lap with a 1 minute 2.8 split, which I felt like was pretty good for a banker lap in Q2, and I was secretly hoping this could have been enough to make it through. But I think in this corner we didn't carry enough speed, even though it looked quite good. So we're doing 1:26.405, but as you can see in the top left, we dropped to P11. So we have to improve it quite a bit to make sure we can get to Q3. And if we do, it will be the second time in this championship we managed to get Q3. 2 out of 4 races would be very nice, and it's a 7.76 split, so we are up by 400s now, and we know we can improve the most amount of time in the last sector. So it's just about this final chicane here, or final corner combination, and we took it quite well there. We're currently P12, but we're up into P9. There's only one car was just to cross the line. So that means... Oh man.
Lekker maatje.
Give me Q3, mate.
I was quite happy with that. We managed to get through to Q3.
No, how is Joost
as you can see, Alfie Butcher with a 0.0
Joost was so
in Q2.
fast.
So it's Janakinshi, Joost Noordijk, Daniel, Benz, and I think it was Dylan Warren who are out in Q2. Quite some championship, well, not championship rivals, quite some rivals for us in the championship. I think Joost and Dylan are quite close to us in the standings right now, so that was good for us. But now Q3, our bank lap was on used tires. We did this 0.6, and now this is the lap we have, which is the most important, on fresh set in Q3. And this first sector was quite good, and I can confirm that this first sector was my PB I've ever done around this track. It's a 1.70, not really special, but still it made me a bit nervous, I can tell you that. So I was a bit cautious on the throttle coming out of that corner, but we're still on for a really good lap. And then Cops returned it too early, as you could see there. I had to correct it, and now Mackett's Beckett's fastest combination around this track, turning in a bit too early, turning in too early again. Couldn't go on throttle on time, and now it's only a 7.09 split, so we've lost a lot of time in that middle sector there. And now only the final sector to go. A lot of room on the exit, and only 2 corners to go now. Going a bit too deep as well, so it was not ideal. And going across the line, it's a .2, but we are still 9th, and we will even drop to 10th.
Fuck.
So, the start of the lap was really good for me, as I know I'm usually quite quick in the middle sector, but I made mistakes there, so then it's just over. A small mistake and you're basically lost, and that happened to us in this qualifying. As you can see, Alfie with a .93, so absolutely ridiculous. But let's head into the race. Here we are then at the start of this Grand Prix. We're gonna start on the hard tires. We're starting from P10, of course, on the right hand side, and medium hard is also an option to do around this track. And as you can see in the top left, Joost is gonna start on medium to P12. So it's lights out and away we go. And it seems like our start is pretty good, so we're gonna try to make some moves here early on already. And as you can see, Isma on the Mercedes there, he already gained 2 positions, so that's a really good start for him. So we're gonna go up the inside, and we got past Jan Haladec, and now we're gonna try to go around the outside here from these 2 cars, and we have more momentum around this outside. And then Valentin made a bit of contact with us there, so we lost our momentum. I'm gonna go slightly defensive, but that gave Joost an opportunity to go around the outside there. So he's up the inside for this corner, and with more grip he will get past. I think he will get past. He would have got past anyway early on in this race, as his tires are just better. They're warming up quicker, more grip, so I would probably have let him through anyway if he put on an attack on me early on in this race. But now we're still very close, but we're up in P9 and Joost got past us, so we gained 2 positions to the hard runners. And now Joost is also gonna get past Istvan. And then in Stoke, cars up ahead, there's contact, and that's Ruben Pedreño who spun around. He got hit by Valentin Tivar, and now we're very close to Pookie. We're gonna do dummy, and we did try to have a look around the outside, but couldn't quite do it there. As he had a little moment there, so we're gonna put some pressure on him, but no option really to send it in turn 1. Now again, not really best moment to start sending it already. Just gonna settle him behind now. And also the top left you can see Ben Sabo is in P10 on mediums, and he's getting past Valentin Brouwer here. Almost there he is. So he will also be quicker, but luckily he couldn't use his tires to put an attack on us. And I think also this lap he's gonna go into the pits, and that means that Valentin Brouwer behind us is now 1.2 seconds back, 1.3, and we just have to make sure he won't get back into the DRS, just to make our lives a bit easier. Let him use the ERS to catch back, and he did. So now lap 11, Joost went into the box, which I felt like was really late for the medium hard strategy, as his tires also need to warm up still. So he will lose a bit of time with that. And now Ismail and Valentin Tivar are going into the pits, and we're just gonna follow Pookie here. Stay in the DRS. He will probably use more ERS than me, as he doesn't have the DRS. And now Valentin behind us in the top left. You can see the gap is 1.0 seconds. And I think we've just about managed to get him out of the DRS again. I felt like he was quite low on ERS then, as he was struggling with the pace a bit. And now you can see the gap is 1.3 now. So we've gained 3/10 with the DRS. So this lap we're gonna go into the pits regardless what Istvan is doing, but I think he will go in as well, and he does. So braking just in time, really easy to get a speeding in the pit lane around this track.
Sure.
But if you do that, then race is basically over. And I think almost everyone is now into the pits, apart from Jack West, who was further up ahead. Now we're gonna go into the pits. Didn't have to think about my teammate boxing as well, as he was further behind, so that always makes it a bit easier for strategies. And now you can see in the bottom left, the cars are approaching, and now there's Istvan, Ismail, and there's Joost on the hard tires. And the fact that he was in P5 when we were in P8, he lost quite a lot of time with his strategy, and now he's gonna try to get past Ipuki here, but it wouldn't be ideal if he would. Ipuki already went defensive, and then they all I think they made contact there. And now Yo is gonna go around the outside, but this makes us lose the DRS to the train ahead, so not ideal. But Yo is also just trying to get track position. But we're just gonna save the ERS now. Fountain Prefer in the top left, you can see the gap's now 1.8 seconds, and he was behind us, so it seems like we don't have to look at them anymore. And now lap 15, Istvan is gonna go for a move again on Joost, and Joost is not defending. He knows that if we still want to catch up to the train up ahead, he has to let him through, and he's also flashing, even though we are quite high on ERS still. So we also need past quickly to make sure that he won't get dropped by Istvan. But still, it's very easy to save a lot of ERS. So whenever we are in a train again and Joost can save the battery, then he might be a threat at the end of the race, as the hard tires won't drop pace really, and the mediums do. But as you can see, Joost is not fighting us, which is perfect for us. And now Pookie is also flashing. Why am I tripping? No, he is flashing, and we are still on 40% ERS. So we can do quite a lot still on this race. Felt like the pace was quite good. And now you can see in the top left, it was only Dylan Warren who had to pit. So now we're back into P7. You can see Ismail on the top left has a penalty, but that will be removed as he got an unfair warning. But now at lap 23 I got 100% ERS, so I felt like that was the moment to start attacking the cars ahead of me and put some pressure and maybe force them to start battling. So here, for example, coming out of the corners, I just used around 5% of my ERS just to try to put some pressure on them and maybe force them into a mistake. Of course, these drivers are very experienced, so they wouldn't do it that quick, but you can always try. And now, for example, we're going for a sort of attack, just showing that we really want to get past. I almost made contact there as well in Kop's corner. And it was also very nice that I didn't have any warnings until all the way until this lap, so I could just push quite hard, and even though I got one warning, it wouldn't really matter anyway. But now it's already lap 26, so in lap 25 we couldn't really do anything. I was down to 50% ERS, and I still wanted to be a threat in the final lap. Looking back at it, I probably should have to put constant pressure except of one lap and then not anymore, but we will learn from that. And now you can see that Isma is losing quite some time here, and he's also on 1 lap or 2 lap older tires. I think 1 lap older tires than us. And you can see the difference it makes. The tires are just hitting a sort of level where the grip is just gone. So we're very close here. We're only 2 tenths behind Isma, and there's a car in between. So that shows how close we are. So gonna use our ERS and still gonna try to get past. And now you can see Isma's going very slow. He's flashing as well. And we're gonna get past. We're up into P6. Just couldn't make a move on Pookie here, which is unfortunate. But it is what it is. It's P6 on track. And
Yeah, I'll take
from P10 to P6 is not a bad result. So I was quite satisfied with it. Started for P10, had a good start, gained 2 positions to hard tires, and Joost got passed as well.
Oh man.
Then it was Ruben who got spun around, and we overtook Joost later on again, and Ismail. So I think we can be quite happy with this result. It's just unfortunate about qualifying. Even though we managed to get to Q3, if you're starting P10, then it's just very unfortunate. And here, guys, you can see the standings after this race, and you can see we managed to get to P6. So we are in the top 6 now with only 2 races to go, and P4, P5 on 30 points, and P7, P8 on 25. So it's still very close. But I think it just shows that we can still fight for this top 6. Even though after the first 2 races where we only scored 4 points, I think it was. But yeah, I think we can be very happy with it. Next race will be Spa, and the final race will be Brazil. So I'm gonna practice again. Thanks for watching, everyone, and hope you guys have a fantastic day.